Folks, the truth is being revealed by Joe Lacob, the team governor of the Warriors. We know fan favorite of him, Jonathan Kuminga, says he thinks he's a future star of this team. And he's putting his money where his mouth is. He went on a show. We're going to break it down. What did he say about Kuminga's upcoming restricted free agency? We're going to break it all down for you on this episode of Warriors Digest. Randy Silver here, Arthur giving you great Warriors news daily. Trades, free agency, draft, anything you need to know, we're here. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for getting us to 12,000 subscribers. Let's get to 13,000. So let's break this down, folks. With the opening of NBA's free agency tampering window June 30th, aka today, this recording is June 19th, 2 weeks away basically, a little bit less. Lacob went on SF Standard's Tim Kami episode of the TK show and talked about Jonathan Kuminga and what they would do with the number 7 pick in the 2021 NBA draft. He said, and I quote, "Look, it's difficult. You get close to all your players. So yeah, it probably would be difficult to lose someone that's been here for 4 years. He's a part of our organization and a great guy." Well, you let Wiseman go. I mean, that didn't work out. You let Clay go, and he was there for a long time. So I think you'll let somebody go if you need to let them go, if the money doesn't work, if the chemistry is not there. Now, again, all reports, yes, there's been some pouting from Kuminga when he wasn't playing by Kerr, but I take that as a player who wants to be involved. He wants to play. He wants to show he's out there and do that stuff. Now, sometimes you can't allow it to be shown, but I like that attitude versus just being settled for being reserved as a bench player. But Joe Lacob has always talked about the nicest stuff. We see them sitting courtside at Valkyrie games and just being close as a team governor and a player. He continues, and I quote, "But this is a business, and we have to do the best thing to build a team, and he is a free agent. He gets to choose. He's restricted. So we have that on our side, but it's business, and we just have to see how it goes. Let's see what happens. Business is business." How many times have you heard that? Business is business. Duh. And we have to do a thing to build our team. And what do the Warriors need, folks? We talk about this quite a bit. We need 3-and-D. We need a big guy. We need somebody probably to replace Payton if he doesn't come back as a perimeter primary ball defender. Your projected salary is $171, not including Kuminga. That is 3 players making that up. That is Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green. Warriors are $28 million above the luxury tax space. They're $7 million below the cap. First apron, $37 million. So, sorry, wrong side. I was looking at 26. 25 is what I mean. We're $16 million above the cap space. We're $24 million above the first apron. So, folks, that means if you give Kuminga $20, $25 million, you're not going to fill out the rest of the roster on the first apron. You're going to go above it, meaning they're going into the second apron, which they're probably expecting because you don't get Jimmy and trade for $55 million salary, $58 million salary the next year, things like that, and not expect to spend money. So they try to dip a bit, do this like bridge the old with the new. Now they're going back to like, let's spend money and try to win final year with Steph. It would take a lot for us not to match the offer that Kuminga may get on the open market. But again, we have to look at what makes our team best, and that's really up to Mike Dunleavy Jr., the GM, to make those decisions and to recommend to ownership what to do. It's not going to play out pretty soon. It's going to play out pretty soon. You won't have to wait much longer, of course. Again, this is a business. The business starts June 30th is when the legal tampering period happens. What are the Warriors going to do? We know for a fact they're going to tender him for the $7.9 million he's owed. That's a great deal as a starter, as a bench player. What he provides is worth it at $7.9 million. You look at what he's providing. Yes, he had a down year this year. He had the injuries. And then when Jimmy came, he didn't play a lot. In 47 games, 24 minutes, 15 points for $8 million. And again, a team will offer him more than $8 million on the restricted open market. So it won't end up being that. But for 15 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds, that's worth $8 million in today's NBA. And you'd be like, well, that's a lot of money. But think about the salary cap is going up and up and up. $8 million is really nothing nowadays. Of course, you look at his actual totals, it went down being hurt in the winter period, not playing a lot in the spring. Of course, we know what happened in the playoffs, coming in and out. You look at his efficiencies, went down a bit. Scoring efficiency, 1.3 last year, the 1.2, worst of his career. Shooting efficiency, 0.5, 0.4. Not good. He needs to get more efficient. That's something he talked about working on from year 3 to year 4. Didn't happen. Also defensively, he was a lapse sometimes. He would get caught, back cut, and wouldn't get back. But then there were times he was doing really good. So Bobby Marks of ESPN said he would offer Kuminga 3 years, $81 million, with the final year as a player option. So 2 years, third year player option. That is basically $26 million a year. If you do $26 million a year, am I right? Yeah, it's like, let's call it, because 25 is 75, so 26 is like 78. So we'll call it $27 million a year. Again, if you go back to right here, make it big for you. That means that puts Warriors over the first apron. So they're going to have to go into the second apron. That gives you basically $9 million or change in that area, maybe a bit less, to play with that second apron to not go over. You're not going over second apron. You do, you're in purgatory. Look at the Suns right now. Purgatory. Mark admits only guaranteed is Kuminga will get the $7.9 million tender. Yes, we know that's going to happen. A contract that starts at $25 million gives Golden State the flexibility to fill out the roster, remain below the second apron. We talked about it's going to be hard to fill it out. They could also do a sign and trade for Kuminga. Possibility. Brooklyn out there, they can give him $20 million plus. Maybe we get Johnson back, sharpshooter. A different team. Again, you have to make it work money-wise. Whatever Kuminga gets in terms of a trade, the money has to work. It only counts for half. So say Kuminga is signing for $20 million. In that trade, the money only counts for $10 million because of the restrictions that are coming in. So that is something to be aware of as well. More players will have to be involved. So that's where, when you go back to the stats of Kuminga, if you look at him, excuse me, the Warriors as a whole and where he was at, stats. Again, this was playing less games. If we go to minutes, Kuminga, even though he was coming in and out of the lineup, was still top 6 in minutes played at 23, and that's the injury. Big drop off to GP2. You look at points, Kuminga was third in the team at 15, behind Butler and Curry, who are making 50 plus million. Offensive rebounds, he's not really going to be up there a lot. Defensive rebounds, he's middle of the pack. You see him right here. Rebounding in general, middle of the pack. I think this is something with his athleticism he can get much better at. Averaging 2.5 a game. I think he can get closer to 5 to 6 a game. He needs to get in the paint, get those rebounds. I know he likes to spread out and go run and gun. It's not really getting you assists or some of these other intangible stuff. Now, look at the shooting stats. This is where I was really disappointed this season. I called out beginning of the season. I think he can hit 40% from 3. Did not happen. This can't be right. This says he shot 40% from 3. This is not right. That's not right. That's weird. So that might be wrong right there. I hope everything else isn't wrong. 40% from 3, Kuminga. There's no way. Yeah, this says 30%. So something is wrong right there. So maybe what I said above is wrong, but I don't think so. But you can see for $8 million, efficiency-wise, yes, worth it. For $25 million, you really have to think, is he for the now? Can he help you win a championship with the core of Dre, Butler, Curry? And I know all the comments say, fire Steve Kerr, fire Steve Kerr. They're not firing Steve Kerr. The coaching carousel is over. He's here to stay. Joe Lacob, not firing him. But he is firing off shots about Kuminga staying. Comment your thoughts and subscribe. Of course, if breaking news happens, we'll keep you updated.